Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are going to mount our RCO onto our LaRue LT100 mount. So first things first, take your mount out, and then this is your accessories bag. If you haven't watched my unboxing video to go over the contents, you can click here. And if you haven't watched my review and unboxing of the RCO, you can click here. So first things first, you have your screws right here on the bottom, and you're going to need a flathead in order to loosen it up. Might be a little bit tight from the factory, so just so that's your first one. So I'm not sure if you can actually reuse these screws in the mount, but we can test that out here. So you can see RCO is completely separated. So so you guys are aware, the locking lever here in the back, so this one that moves forwards and backwards to lock in, this is pointed towards the rear. So this side is your front. So now what we're going to do is line up the holes here. That looks about right. And it appears that the screws do fit. You always want to start off tightening it down with your hands to ensure that the threads are matching and that they don't cross thread. Say, for example, if you use a tool. So now that we can't thread them in with your hand anymore, I'm going to use a tool. So I'm getting some resistance now, so I'm going to move to the back one so that everything is tightened down evenly. This is going to be really important so that you have your consistent zero. Be careful not to put too much tension on there so you don't strip your screws here. So now what you can do to check is to wiggle this forwards and backwards. If there's no movement, then it's tight. And then your next test is going to be to mount this onto your weapon or your rifle and then zero it correctly. Also, another tip, if you wanted to, you can also put some Loctite on the bottom of these, or on the threads of these screws, so that everything is super tight, and make sure you let it cure for 24 hours as well. So these are tightened all the way. I'm going to go attempt to mount it on my MR556, and then we'll test it from there. All right, guys, so here you have your RCO mounted. So you can see there's a little bit of play right now. I haven't locked down the levers yet. When you are putting your RCO, or any optic for that matter, make sure you push it towards the front so that these pieces here can fully lock down, and this piece right here that sits on the rail is fully in there. So we're gonna start by putting this here, sliding it forward all the way. So you have to lock the rear lever first, lock it in, front is locked in, then push it forward. So what you're going to want to ensure is that for the RCO at least, that you don't have any scope shadow. So scope shadow is when you're looking through your scope, there should be a universally sized ring around the optic. So there should be a thin black ring as you're looking through your RCO. So should look something like that, where the ring is even all the way around. And then the other thing that we'll typically use as a good reference guide is that the tip of your nose is resting around the charging handle. On the RCO at least, it's usually approximately 3 finger lengths here to the ocular lens. And then you'll just have to keep on adjusting. If you can't do this by yourself, then have a buddy help you out. Other than that, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and let me know what you'd like to see next. And stay safe.